Hey, today we're looking at a Gundam kit that I've had for quite a long time. It was back in Gunbreaker Battlogue. This one is Gundam Ground Urban Combat Unit, or Combat Type. I got it on clearance, evidently, for $20.97. Where? I don't know. It says something, I get something back with rewards. I can't remember. This was a long time ago when I got this. Let's see, 2021. It wasn't that long ago then. Well, let's get into it. Let's find out what we got here. If you ever want to know how big a Gundam kit is, turn the box sideways and imagine it smaller. And oh my gosh, this is way smaller than I thought it was going to be. This tiny little kit, it's so small. Look at my hands. It makes my hands look really huge though. So it makes my hands look huge. It reminds me a lot of the, in Gundam Wing, there was the heavy type Gundam, had all the weapons. Kind of reminds me of this. Now the riser right there is not necessary. And the one thing they show you on this, let me show you the instructions before I get into it. They show you like if you want to combine it with other kits. So evidently that was one of the things. There are also a lot of yellow stickers that I've yet to put on. I'm debating it. And there's also his blazing swords, which we may not get into that because they're hiding inside of his calves, which I'm like, oh, I don't want to pull those off. It's such a pain to get those things back on. So we'll just go ahead and forego some of this stuff. Now here's the kit in person. The minimalized stickers I put on it are up here at the top because I didn't have a, you need to get a toothpick when you're building this so you can press those little stickers in. That took me forever. The eyes are a sticker too. I would put the clear piece of plastic, which, why are they using clear plastic? We're just going to cover it up, to the back of the head first and then apply the sticker. It's a lot easier, trust me. All right, he does have butterfly joints, so the joints come out. So if you want to put him with a gun that he's like holding, let me put that down, together, he can put his fist together or whatever, thanks to the butterfly joints. He's got articulation in the waist. He's got, the way he's made, he's got this floating piece, which is kind of strange. It's not attached to anything. It's just kind of in between something else. And of course, it's a model kit, so it's going to come apart if you're trying to show off the articulation and everything. It's not a toy. It's definitely not made for kids. And since I've already taken it off right there, it's going to keep on coming off right there, evidently. It wasn't a problem until I started doing this. All right. He's got the little flaps that come up whenever he goes, his leg goes out. He's got the swivel right here. Double joints so he can literally kick his own butt. His feet have a joint in the, I don't know what you want to call it. It's not the ankle. The ankle's got actually a double joint. There's one that goes back. There's a ball joint so he can stand in any kind of pose you want to put him in. And he's got toe articulation. And he has a top that comes off too easily. Like I said, this middle joint right here, there's nothing attached to it. So it's really strange. And this is a polycap. It should go in. It's just a pain to put back in. Might take the little backpack off to make it a little bit easier to press back in. And that came off finally. All right, so having technical difficulties. This is where I would, if I was professional, I'd just like change it to the little thing like while you're waiting with some elevator music. All right. Well, it's not going to get any better for me right now. Let's take a look at some of the chest because it is very different from other Gundam kits I've ever built. First off, it's not symmetrical. It's got some yellow over here, which is, I don't know. I haven't seen the anime yet. On this side, this little piece right here was a pain to put in, so be really careful with that. I'm probably going to end up gluing it in because that thing right there, I'm afraid, is going to pop out and I'll never see it again. He comes loaded with weapons. All right. We already talked about his beam swords in his calf. Okay, I'll try to take it off so I can show you. It's just really hard and I don't have fingernails. Oh boy. This one I have one thumbnail. He's got it on the right side, which is his left side. Oh, it's just not going to happen, is it? Trust me, inside of here, there is a little sword that is actually attached. That wiggling is something else. There's also an open hand. And there's a hand that wraps around one of these guns. Now here's one gun with a clip. Here's another gun with a giant sight. His shield is very interesting. I've never seen a shield that had this feature. It's got a kickstand. So you pull it down and it just sits. I've never seen a kit do that before, or a shield do that before. His shield also has another feature, which is interesting. When it's attached, it's a shield, but let me see if I can get it to pull out. This pulls out so you can do more to it like that. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a striking weapon. This is just not my day. It's just going to fall apart. Okay. I don't know if it's supposed to be a striking weapon. I don't know why it does that exactly. I don't know if it just does it so I can make it fall apart and look like an idiot on the video. I'm not quite sure what it's there for. I mean, I guess I'd have to watch the anime sometime and find out. I did hear this was a good one of the animes. Forget it. And now let's bring out the big gun. This thing also comes apart to be stored in here, which is another weird feature that reminds me a lot of heavy arms. This is a little backpack, and you can put the pieces right there. And the clips right there. The magazine, that thing. It also comes with this backpack that opens up, presumably to hold on to the thing right here. If I can get it to go in without falling apart. There, I had to go down some, obviously. Forgot about that. So when he's walking, he's running around, he can have his backpack on him. Oh, camping we will go. Camping we will go. Yes, he's going to go camping. All right, so it's a very good little build. It's a very complicated build. There's tiny little pieces that my fat fingers have a hard time with. The face, the head of these things, these new Gundams are so hard to build. I've been building Gundams since the 80s, and I swear it was easier back then. Either it's because I was younger, I had smaller fingers, I had better keen eyes. I don't know what it is, but it's really hard to build these modern kits. I know their heads are also smaller. I'll get out some of my older Gundams and do some reviews on those later. But yeah, I mean, if you want something that's it's not that complicated. It's an HG model, so it's not that complicated. The RG models, we're talking about like a masterpiece, tiny version of it. Like it's this size, but it's like extremely good quality. And I can do one of the reviews on one of those I have because it took forever to build that thing. But this one doesn't take that long. It does take longer than an entry grade, of course. It's an HG, but it doesn't take as long as an RG. No way. There's no way it does that long. All right. And I'm not trying to discourage you from getting an RG. If you have the patience and the time, go for it. I don't seem to have a lot of that these days, but we never know. Again, comes with a lot of extra weapons. This is what you get. You also get a sticker sheet, a foil sticker sheet, which has lots of more foil stickers I have not put on the guns yet. I don't know if I want to. And these, which go on him, I think they're slides, but I'm not 100% sure. They kind of feel like slides, but they don't feel like, they look like stickers at the same time. I may put them on there because I think it would look a lot better. And they seem like they would stick pretty well. Comment below if you have this kit. And if you want to see more, just let me know because I do have more kits. I have a lot more kits, way more kits. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day.